reality shows, we all know, is most of the time not real. We'll get in there later on, right? That Netflix show affected you in a good way or in a bad way. Do you think that the model we have in Marbella can be replicated in other areas like Estepona or Mijas area? Why Homerun was chosen for the Netflix show in first place? Because there are a lot of real estate agencies on the Costa del Sol, and Homerun is kind of the newbies there.
I don't know if you're allowed to say this. Sorry. I'm going to be brutally honest.
Hello everyone, greeting from the Costa del Sol. This is Santiago Realtor, and today we have a very special guest with us, Robert from the Netflix shows Making in Marbella. Welcome, Robert. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here.
Super. Thank you for coming all the way from Marbella to our interview, and I will go straight to the point, Robert.
It's not so far.
It's not so far, that's actually true.
20 minutes drive.
I know that especially after the New Year's Eve and all these parties and stuff, I know you have a very active lifestyle after the holidays, so it would be nice that you came all the way down here today, Higueron. So first question, Robert, I watched the show, probably some of our subscribers as well, and I wanted to ask you a little bit more things about you, which is probably a lot of people know you from the show, but they don't know much about the actual professional that you are. I was very surprised, to be honest, because reality shows, we all know, is most of the time not real. We'll get in there later on, right? But I was really interested in your professional career, right? And that's why I invite you to the podcast. First question, how did you start in the real estate business? And do you have experience in other sectors who help you to be successful in the real estate business? Can you tell us a little bit of your story?
It's actually a funny story because I was living in Sweden and working with cars.
Okay.
At the same time, I was studying to become a real estate agent. Okay. Because in Sweden, it's a university degree you have to. And I was headhunted in Sweden to become a partner in one of the real estate companies in the city I was living in.
Okay.
So they paid my education, and I was studying at the same time when I was selling cars.
Okay.
So it was quite tough working and studying full time. And one of my clients who bought many cars from me, he knew Eric, who's the owner of Homerun Brokers, who contacted Eric and told him that this guy is studying to become realtor, and I think you should hire him. So he said, okay, but let him send me the CV. So I sent Eric the CV, and I wrote as a text in an email that I'm a young, ambitious guy who have really, really high work ethics. I speak 4 languages, and if you give me sangria, I speak 5. He thought it was funny, so he called me. He said, I would like to meet you. And I said, okay, let's meet tomorrow for lunch. And he said, oh, are you in Marbella? I said, no, but I will fly in tonight. So I flew the same night to Marbella. I've never been to Marbella before. Okay. Of course, I knew of Marbella, but I've never been in Marbella. So I flew the same day. We had lunch, dinner. He gave me, I don't know, I felt a really good connection with him. It felt like we knew each other, the good energy, and I'm really about the energy and my guts. And my gut says this is correct.
This is the right thing.
So we were at the Sea Grill. He went up. He said, I really want you here. I shook on it. I went home. And 45 days later, I moved here. I sold everything I owned, took my car, and came down here.
Wow, the real salesperson was Eric then.
Yes, yes.
But I'm curious because for you guys to know, this was in 2021, am I right? When you joined Homerun Brokers, you didn't have experience in real estate before, just sales experience in selling cars in Sweden.
Yes, but I also was studying real estate in Sweden, so I had some experience, but I would not call it experience because the business is so different. Yeah. It's so different, which I like here, because here you are actually more a salesperson. Right. In Sweden, you're more just an advisor, because you don't have those type of skills that you need in Sweden. I think that the secret behind to do good transaction is to be be there from day one until the end.
100%.
And
There's
if you
a
have
one step forward, that makes the difference between the other.
yes, and if you
other
actually have knowledge about legal system as well,
Correct.
it makes it easier to
financial as
find.
well.
Yes, it's easier to find solutions before they become problems.
Right. But you grow very quickly with Homerun, right? So this sales experience helped you in a way with them, and why did you decide to accept the offer of Eric in first place?
There was a couple of reasons. Number one, of course, I felt like, I don't know, Sweden, we don't really live, you know. If you ask, I was asking my friends at 10 in the evening, let's do something. And they're like,
So
oh my God.
Eric really sold you the Marbella lifestyle.
Did. No, but he mostly sold the opportunity that comes with it.
Yeah.
And I think 50% of my experience as a salesperson helped me. But the other 50 is because of Eric, his network, and an amazing team that Homerun was even before my time.
Understood. During the Netflix show, you were a sales manager in Homerun. And at the present moment in time, you are manager in expansion business, is that right?
Yes, so my title is Business Expansion Manager.
Okay.
And I'm also in charge of the rental department.
Okay.
I'm also involved in development department and in our Mallorca office.
Oh my God, sounds like you're busy. Thank you for taking the time for coming for our interview. But do you think that Netflix show affected you in a good way or in a bad way? How this show affected you in general?
We have to remember Netflix gave us opportunity to be shown for million people who didn't even know who we are.
Exactly.
Of course, it's helped us, and it's actually helped a lot for me personally. A lot of people have reached out to me. They liked me from the show, but they also liked me as a professional in my work. We got a lot of new leads, a lot of hot clients, and it have helped a lot.
Because of the exposure that you got as a professional. Me particularly, I like the way you did, at least in the first chapter. If you never watched one of those reality shows, I've watched Owning Manhattan or Selling Sunset. Normally, the Netflix, what they like to do is like they put like a spectacular property, you know, and there's a first thing, we have to sell this, and we are all running out to sell. And then comes Robert and sell it in the first chapter. This guy is great. The way he did the property tour was absolutely fantastic. I like the way how you pitch the clients, how you explain every single detail of the things. Doing what we do in sales as well is like try to picture the client, how the experience will be if he will live there. And you did it absolutely perfectly great. I admire you as a professional. And as well, that I truly believe that this exposure, like you say, will also be beneficial for all the rest of the agents on the coast who are now putting Marbella in a very good position in the luxury market in the world that's been before, but now it's kind of a settling ground, right?
Yeah.
Right. Next question, Robert. I wanted to know as well why Homerun was chosen for the Netflix show in first place, because there are a lot of real estate agencies on the Costa del Sol, and Homerun was kind of the newbies there. Is it because of the producer of Netflix was a Swedish agent?
No.
How was it? Do you know the story?
They actually met many agencies.
Okay.
So a lot of agencies says that they were not interested, which is not correct.
Okay.
All of them were interested.
Drumelia said no?
I'm not mentioning any names.
Okay.
But one of the people who knew the producers mentioned Homerun. Okay. They said, I think the only one who would fit it's Homerun. They are more trendy, more cool, more fun. Yeah. So they came, they did a pilot.
Okay.
And the pilot was super long time ago. And we didn't think about it so much because it's just a pilot, you know?
Exactly.
And then from nowhere, they contacted us and they said they chose us. So it felt like we chose each other without actually looking for it.
Okay.
So it was a fun experience, and it was fun that they chose us. It was an experience that I will never be able to experience again, maybe.
You never know. Are you shooting a second season?
We actually don't know it because Netflix is very secret about it. Okay. They need to wait with all the numbers. Okay. We are doing very, very well internationally at the moment. So it's fun to see that we have Brazilian fans, we have Mexican fans.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
we
fun.
even had a Brazilian family flying from Brazil, having a vacation in Portugal,
Okay.
and then realizing that it's not so far to Marbella, drove all the way from Portugal to Marbella to take some photos, to meet us. It was a fun experience.
Super. As a professional of the luxury real estate market in Marbella, because you are now, how do you see the future of the Costa del Sol? Sometimes I have the feeling that the new people who come into the market can see better the future than the one who've been here for longer.
Yeah.
How do you see, what do you think is going to happen with Marbella in the future?
I think our future is bright, and a lot of things happening not only in Marbella but around the Marbella, a lot is evolving and developing. If you're gonna be able to be there when the success comes in the future, you need to be aware better in what you do, because I think the expectations are much higher on us as agencies, as brokers. Our knowledge needs to be on top. I think it's a good thing because the pressure is different,
right? And
the expectations are different.
Cool.
If we keep up this work, we will be able to succeed, all of us.
But succeed means higher prices? Are the prices going up in the luxury market this year, 2025?
I see an increase, yes, I do.
An increase in the price?
Yes, but only on properties that the expectations have been met. Because I think the market is a little bit different than it was a couple of years ago. The expectation is much higher.
Well, what I see is like a lot of new players are coming into the game, right? We have Dark Global now. This is, for ones to know, is a Saudi Arabian developer of the luxury market. They have the Lamborghini villas. Well, this has been for sale for a while, but this never thought about the Lamborghini villas in Marbella 4 or 5 years ago, and to have this now, Dolce & Gabbana also jump in the train with the designers' apartments, and this kind of thing.
Fendi was sold out.
Fendi was sold out. So this is something new in Marbella, and this, I believe, we still have a lot of room to grow in the price topic, and this also will spread into the coast, because for my experience, like the way that the market works is like Marbella trying to always like to reproduce itself. And this will lead us into my next question. All right. Do you think that the model we have in Marbella can be replicated in other areas like Estepona or Mijas area? I would like to discuss this with you.
I think it's different clientele, which is a good thing, because I think Estepona is growing in their way, and they are doing very well. We talk about Higueron, for example. It's a little Dubai, in my opinion. They are doing amazing.
I actually own that. You can guys check here in this video a link to my other video, the Dubai of Costa del Sol. I own the brand Dubai of the Costa del Sol. It's Higueron. This is my stuff. Yes, I agree. But in the last 4 years, the demand of Marbella or the Costa del Sol in general have boomed. Like crazy. People just like you move here because of the weather, because of the lifestyle we get. And I think you are a very good representation of the Marbella lifestyle. Can you tell us a little bit what Robert is doing in his weekend? What have you done the last weekend?
I think that's the biggest reason why I feel like home, because we have it all. I like to do stuff. I don't like to be at home. I like to drive fast cars. I like to do skydiving. I go to Sevilla every 4 weeks to do skydiving as my hobby. Is it your hobby in Sweden as well? Because it's crazy cold. Yes, I started 5 years ago as a midlife crisis when I turned 30. So I thought, why not?
It means you are 35.
Yes, amazing.
We are the same age. Yes, we are the same age. So I like to do skydiving, and this you can do it here as well. Yes, so I do it in Sevilla every 4 weeks. I like to take my car to go to Tarifa to see a little bit different. And the fun part is that 1 hour in every direction gives you brand new atmosphere and brand new nature. If you go 1 hour up to Ronda, if you go 1 hour after Malaga, it's something different. And we have it all. We have ski resort in Sierra Nevada, we have culture, we have hiking, we have nature, we have really it all. So this is the first time ever in my life that I feel like
I don't even need to travel anywhere. We have it.
Yep, absolutely right.
And if you want something even more exotic, 45 minutes away with a flight, we have Morocco. We have Africa.
Well, you can actually drive there. You know that, right?
Yes.
You just take your car, go to Tarifa, and in half an hour you're in Tangier.
I'm actually doing that in February. We are doing a big...
This is the perfect time of the year for doing a road trip to Morocco, because it's much warmer down there.
Well, I'm in a car club, so many of my clients with amazing cars, we're gonna gather and drive through Morocco and back. So it's a fun trip.
Sounds like a plan. Super. Back to the previous question that we were discussing before, related to can the model of Marbella be replicated? Do you think that Higueron, for example, how can we compare locations like Higueron to something like Marbella? What's your opinion after visiting us, after being on the viewings in this area? Make differences of pros and cons compared to the Marbella area, because Higueron is starting. I wanted to point this out before you answer, because Higueron, the way it started, there was nothing here. Nothing.
I remember.
Nothing here. So they are creating something from scratch in the high-end architecture. Marbella is not. Marbella is a traditional place. Was developed. Marbella Club Hotel was built in 1961. Right. So we are speaking about a completely different style of architecture. How do you think you can compare both things? And in your opinion, what you like or don't like about Higueron? Do you think it's going to be could be next Marbella?
I think you shouldn't compare. I think it's more complementary. Because I think, first of all, they are super close to each other. It's not a far drive from each other. The style that people like in Higueron will choose Higueron. If they still want to experience Marbella, it's just 25 minutes drive, you know. Same thing if you like this older style Marbella and the way they live and the way they wanna build Marbella. You can still continue exactly the same way, but visit this area. The thing is, Higueron, what is the biggest difference in my opinion? It's more modern, it's more trendy, the way they're building, and what they're creating from nowhere, as you mentioned before, it's something very, very unique. And I like it because it reminds me, as we said before, Little Dubai. They're creating something that didn't exist and making sure that the new buyers and new people who have never maybe even thought about Costa del Sol wants to come here.
Very important question. Robert, what's your key for success? What's your recipe?
I like to share my success and my advices because in my opinion, if it goes well for others, it will automatically go well for me as well. Always be available. In our business is one of the main.
That's a big
and
thing.
it's a tough thing to say because when you say that, you literally get calls middle of night, weekends, holidays.
What are you telling me?
And I'm okay with that because I like that feeling to be needed. Be available, keep your promises. That means that make sure to follow up.
It's that I want to point out one thing there. I will add make promises and keep your promises. Sometimes we keep the promise, but we don't make the promise. Make promise, keep the promise is a good way to build trust. And it's very important in our business. I agree.
And for me, you know, when I say also keep promises, I mean, when you say thing, make sure you know it and make sure you deliver it. And if you tell them that you will come back today, even if it's 12 at night, come back today.
Correct.
To have that feeling that the person who told you will come back, they come back. It's quite safe and good feeling. Number 3, I would say do it with passion. It's a completely different energy when you meet somebody with pure passion for their work, you know? Number 4, I would say know your shit. I don't know if you're allowed to say this. Sorry.
Understood.
You can beep it.
Yes, product knowledge.
You know your things, you know? It's so important to, because it's a very, very broad business. Make sure you know. And if you don't know it, it's okay. Come back with the information. And number 5, which is I think is even more important, bring your personality to your work and make it more personal. In that way, your clients will connect you on a personal level. It's not only work. because the people you meet may be your future friends and family for life.
100%. Thank you for that. I agree 100% in all your 5 points. We could go deeper into these details. To get personal with the clients, it means say Happy New Year, or send a picture of your family saying Merry Christmas, or get to know a bit better the clients. And this is modern sales techniques. From the sales perspective, you know all these things, but also it's like the perfect customer service. So when you add more value to yourself, there's so much you can do in this business. And something critical is the product knowledge, what you mentioned. You need to know your stuff. So in general, you cannot do the rest if you don't have knowledge.
No.
And this is something very, very, very important to really, if you are, what do you, for example, myself, what do you do to hire new people, right? For me, for example, it's very important curiosity, because this is the modern thing. This is the basic thing, the mother of the rest of the skills. If you are a curious person, you have knowledge. And if you have knowledge, then you have the confidence, and then build a lot. What's your secret when you hire new people? Because you're a sales manager, right?
I'm not a sales manager in Homerun Brokers Marbella, but I'm in Mallorca. Right? I do rentals, I hire there as well. We have Roger, who is a sales manager in Homerun Brokers, who's doing an amazing job of hiring amazing people through recommendation, through all their experience. And I like to hire people who actually move and leave everything to come here for Homerun.
Really?
Yes.
Is that the thing? Because there's like burn the chips, like when you burn all the boats and you arrive to a new place and you have to make it work.
I think it's because I see myself in that.
I gotcha.
It's not about burning the bridges, it's seeing the opportunity. Move to this beautiful place, and I will make sure to take care of them, and they can build their new future. Right. I just hired a new head of rental. From Sweden. He moved here with whole family, with his kids. And to do it as a family is also even more risky, you know.
It's a bit high,
But to see that as an opportunity, and to come here and with a passion and determination on a long-term trip, to stay here and build future, I think that's what you will never get if you hire somebody who have been here all their life.
But before asking to move, you probably did an interview with this person and choose him.
Of course, right? Of course.
But in that way, how do you choose people, this is better than the other, just bring all your stuff here to Marbella? How do you make that decision?
For me, it's important to find somebody who have amazing work ethics. And who can click with the team. Yes. Because this still, at the end, doesn't matter how good you are, you need to be a member of a team who can combine and be good with everyone.
I want to point out one thing you mentioned, good ethics. Ethics and principles is something that in real estate is critical. Right? Because real estate is a matter of trust. Right? And if you, for example, me, I have my own brand, my personal brand. This is what I work constantly, and ethics for my brand is everything. If I had bad reputation as an agent, I lose everything because I put everything on my personal brand, on my own name. So when I used to work for an agency, something bad happened, at the end is the reputation of the agency. Of course. But when you have your personal brand, your ethic needs to be immaculate. Because you're putting everything on a risk. And here comes the next question. With all your knowledge, with good ethics, with all your professional expertise in hiring, on camera, why, with your personal brand so exposed, with already being someone well-known, why do you have your own agency? Why are you still working for Homerun Brokers?
I'm going to be brutally honest. First of all, what I have accomplished in 4 years, almost 4 years in Homerun, would take me 10, 12 years, maybe. The thing is, my success is because of the people around me. Eric have introduced me to people that maybe I would never even have a chance to say hi to. Roger have gave me some amazing advices. Our marketing team have done crazy job. And this is not only that I've been so successful around my people and around Homerun, it's because also when you come to work and you have that support and that knowledge and that energy, it's easier to succeed. I'd rather succeed together than do this way alone for 10, 12 years and might. And it's also, I think, people who are in a team like this understand.
Right.
People who have been in a maybe company that didn't feel that would never understand this.
Right.
And for me as well, to be a part of something grows this well and maybe be in such a big company, we are now becoming really big. It's fun to see. And I rather do it with people who I feel like right now, my family, than do it myself. So it's easy to say, of course I can do that. But the investment you put, the sacrifice you put,
right.
and also not only time, but also money-wise, it's a crazy investment that
right.
Eric have done. I see my success that I have accomplished, I would never have done it alone.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Robert, for answering all my questions.
Yeah.
It was been a pleasure to meet you. So before we leave, one final thing, I don't want you to go without answering this. You don't need to answer
Okay.
if you can't,
Okay.
but this is something that all of our subscribers are wondering. Is this reality show real? Is this the whole drama between you and Damla? Is what there was something made up, or what exactly is it real on the show and what is not?
We don't need to go exactly details, what is real or what is not, but of course not everything was real. We don't have that atmosphere in our company. We're like a small family, we are there for each other. And everybody who is still in the company are amazing people, and that's why we together grow that quick. It's still a reality, still a TV. You need to catch the viewers. Right. And viewers love drama.
So you are not constantly driving around in Ferraris and jumping out from helicopters. It's not your normal day of life, right? Because the people think that the real estate in Marbella, the realtors, we are all living this fancy life. But to be honest, most of our time, we are very busy. We are very stressed. It's a complicated work to do. And to serve clients and to really provide with a good service, that's the real secret to be success, having happy clients, like in every service. But is that what the reality behind it? I don't think they really put it on the show. Is that right? But I try to capture and watch it from my professional perspective, and I saw within the lines that it's a hard work.
But you know, the work behind it, it's not fun to watch.
Exactly, yeah.
I wake up 6 every day in the morning. I work out at 7 in the morning. I sit at home late night, emails. It's not a sexy part of the job to show, you know.
Right.
There is no shortcuts. There is no. It's only hard work and dedication. That's the only way. So, and that's you will never see in any shows. People who are intelligent will see it between the lines, and they know that successful people do it more and harder. Yeah. So that's you will never see in the show.
Something I say sometimes with new people who jump on this business is like, you first need to focus in yourself, and I think Robert is a perfect example. He was not chosen by Netflix by randomly. No, they choose him because he's a good professional and because they think that they can do a good program, and doesn't go all the way around, right? You don't became a good professional because you were exposed on the YouTube or a Netflix show. Yeah. No, you were exposed. You first focus in learning and become a good professional, and then you can put yourself out there.
Yes, and I don't think they really chose me. They chose us as a group, you know, because we complement each other amazingly. I'm good at some stuff and I'm bad at some stuff, and all of us have the same strengths and weaknesses, different, that helps each other to become good together. Correct. And I think that's what made Netflix choose us, because we have strong characters, but we are amazing at some stuff and bad at some stuff, and the whole intrigue between each other, that's what makes a fun TV.
Thank you, Robert. Being amazing to talk to you. Okay. And you guys, thank you for watching. See you on the next video. Feel free to contact me on the description and write any comments. All right. Take care. Bye then.